አባይ በልጆች ተረቶ
Abba አባይ ከቤቱ ሲገባ ደምቆታችሁ በአበባ የዘመንን ህልም ፈተሽ አባይ ቀን ዛሬ ተገኘሽ ከብረሽ ቆይልኝ ከብረሽ ባደይ አበባ አምረሽ ለወዳጅ ዘመድ ተርፈሽ ዳግም ታድሶ ስምሽ ከብረሽ ቆይልኝ አውደሽ አምረሽ ለወዳጅ ዘመድ
Pizza geliefert. Plätze reserviert. Unterhaltung live von gegenüber. Foodora.
በገዛ ዳቦዬ እንደሚባለው አባይ ሲወርድ ከፈለጋችሁ አልቅሱ ከፈልጋችሁ ዝፈኑ እንጂ እንዳትነኩ የሚለው ወዛ በአንድ በኩል የውጭ ወረራ በሌላ በኩል የውስጥ የእርስ በርስ ጦርነት ኢትዮጵያን ፋታ አልሰጣትም። ግጭቱና ጦርነቱ አቅሟንና ጊዜዋን በለው ትልቅ ነገር ለማሰብ ፋታ ሰጣት። ቀን ሲደርስ አምባይ ፈርስ ነውና መጋቢት 24 ቀን 2003 ዓ.ም ጉባ ላይ አንድ ብስራት ተሰማ። ኢትዮጵያውያን ለሺህ ዓመታት የጠበቁት ብስራት የቀድሞው ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር መለስ ዜናዊ የህዳሴውን ግድብ በራሳችን ገንዘብ፣ በራሳችን ጉልበት፣ በራሳችን ዕውቀት ለመገደብ የመሰረት ድንጋይ አስቀመጡ። አካባቢው ለግንባታ እየተስተካከለ ባለበትና የግንባታ ካምፑ በሚቋቋምበት ወቅት ቀጣዩ ምዕራፍ ሳያዩ የቀድሞው ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር መለስ አረፉ። ኃላፊነቱንም የቀድሞው ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ኃይለማርያም ደሳለኝ ተረከቡ። የቀድሞው ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ኃይለማርያም የግድቡ ስራ እንዲቀጥል አድርገዋል። አባይ ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ለግድቡ ሲባል መንገዱን ቅዳሜ ግንቦት 10 ቀን 2005 ዓ.ም የቀየረው በቀድሞው ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ኃይለማርያም ጊዜ ነው። ሱዳን ካርቱም ላይ በአባይ ጉዳይ የሶስትዮሽ ስምምነት የተፈረመው በእርሳቸው የአመራርነት ዘመን ነው። ነገር ግን የፕሮጀክቱ አመራር ለፕሮጀክቱ በሚመጥኑትና ለፕሮጀክቱ በሚያስቡለት ሰዎች እጅ ላይ አልነበረም። ለሀገር መጥቀሚያ ማድረግ ትተው ለራስ መጠቀሚያ ለማድረግ በተነሱ አካላት የተነሳ ስራው የውስጥ ፈተና ገጠመው። ፕሮጀክቱም ካሉት በታች ከሞቱት በላይ ሆኖ መንገዳገዱን ቀጠለ። ለውጡ የመጣው በዚህ መካከል ነው። ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር አብይ አህመድ ኃላፊነቱን በተረከቡ በጥቂት ቀናት ወደ ጉባ አመሩ። ብዙ የተነገረለትና የተዘለት የትውልድ ጥያቄ በአሳዛኝ መልኩ አድኑን ሲል አገኙት። ከስራው ችግሩ፣ ከሰራተኛው በላተኛው በዝቶ ነበር። አያሌ ፈተናዎቹ በጠቅላይ ሚኒስትሩ ጠረጴዛ ላይ ተከመሩ። ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር አብይ የህዳሴን ግድብ ፕሮጀክት እንደ ሀገራዊ ፕሮጀክት ይዘው መምራት ጀመሩ። የፕሮጀክት አመራሩ እንደገና ተደራጀ። ለኤሌክትሮ መካኒካል እና ለሲቪል ስራዎች ዓለም አቀፍ ኩባንያዎች በተገቢው ባለሙያዎች ታረሙ። የጠቅላይ ሚኒስትሩ አያያዝ ጀምሮ የመጨረስ ስለነበር ህዳሴ ነፍስ ዘርቶ መንቀሳቀስ ጀመረ። አያያዛቸው እንደሚጨርሱት ያሳይ ነበር። ያኔ ፈተናዎቹ ሁሉ ከየጉሪያቸው እንደሚያልቅ ሲገባቸው ያለ የሌለ ወጥመዳቸውንና እንቅፋታቸውን ይዘው መጡ። ህዳሴ ከመሰረት እስከ ምርቃት አያሌ ፈተናዎችን አይቷል። ኢትዮጵያ ለሺህ ዘመናት የተቀበላቸውን ፈተናዎች ለ14 ዓመታት ተቀብሏቸዋል። ፈተናዎች የውጭ ጫናዎች ተፈራርቀውበታል። በዲፕሎማሲ አደባባይ ኢትዮጵያ ተከሳ ተሞግታለች። በጸጥታው ምክር ቤት እንኳን 15 ጊዜ አጀንዳ ሆናለች። የግንባታ ዕቃ ከወደብ እስከ ጉባ ከማምረቻ እስከ ህዳሴ ማድረስ የተቻለው በደምና በላብ መስዋዕትነት ነው። በህዳሴ የተነሳ ኢትዮጵያ ተፈትናለች፣ ግን ደግሞ እየታገለች አሸንፋለች። እየጸናች አልፈዋለች። ብርታት፣ የፕሮጀክቱ ሰራተኞች ትጋት፣ የኮንትራክተሩ ታታሪነት፣ የኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ድጋፍና ጸሎት፣ የፈጣሪ እርዳታ ተጨምሮበት የህዳሴ ግድብ ስራ አንድም ቀን አልቆመም። እሁድ ሐምሌ 12 ቀን 2012 ደግሞ የመጀመሪያው ውሃ ተሞላ። ሰኞ ሐምሌ 12 ቀን 2013 የሁለተኛው ሙሌት ነገር ገርሞን ሳናባራ እሁድ የካቲት 13 ቀን 2014 የመጀመሪያውን ኃይል በማመንጨት አባይ ይቅር በሉኝ አለ። እኛም ይቅር ብለንሃል ብለን ምላሽ ሰጥተነው ሳንጨርስ ሐሙስ ነሐሴ 5 ቀን 2014 ደግሞ ሶስተኛው ሙሌት ተጠናቀቀ። እነሆ ኢትዮጵያ እየቀጠለች ነው። ከበዋት የነበሩት ሯጮች አንዳንዶቹ እየደከሙ፣ አንዳንዶቹ አቋርጠው እየወጡ፣ ሌሎቹ የኋላ ተመልካች እየሆኑ፣ የቀሩት ደግሞ አድናቂዎቿ እየሆኑ መጡ። በዚህ መካከል ቅዳሜ ጳጉሜ 4 ቀን 2015 አራተኛውን ውሃ በህዳሴ ግድብ ላይ ሞላች። ታሪክ በአይናችን ፊት ተቀየረ። አባይ ማደሪያውን አገኘ። ጉባ ላይ አረፍ ብሎ ለወገኖቹ መብራቱን ወገግ አድርጎ በሀበሻ ባህል መሰረት ክንብንቡን ወረድ በማድረግ ሰላምታ እየሰጠ ወደ ሱዳንና ግብጽ ይወርድ ቀጠለ። እኛ እየተደነቅን ዓለም እየተገረመ ረቡዕ መስከረም 1 ቀን 2017 የመጨረሻው ሙሌት ተጠናቀቀ። ለውጡ ህዳሴን ታድጎታል፣ ከሞት አስነስቶታል። ወደ ተራ ፕሮጀክትነት ሊቀየር የነበረውን የትውልድ ፕሮጀክት ወደ ትክክል ክብሩ መል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር አብይ ለህዳሴ የሚመጥነውን አመራር ሰጥተዋል። እንደ አይን ብሌን ተንከባክበውታል። እንደ ሰጎን እንቁላል ተከታትለውታል። እንደ ቤታቸው ተመላልሰውበታል። በአስቸጋሪ ጊዜያት እንኳን ክትትልና ድጋፋቸው አልተቋረጠም። ኢትዮጵያውያን ህይወት ከፍለዋል፣ ቦንድ ገዝተዋል፣ በሞባይል ገንዘብ አዋጥተዋል፣ ገጥመዋል፣ ዘፍነዋል፣ ፊልምና ቲያትር ሰርተዋል። የሰው ፊት እየገረፋቸው ለምነዋል፣ በዓለም አደባባይ ተሟግተዋል። እነሆ በመጨረሻም ኢፍትሃዊነትን በፍትሃዊነት አሸንፈዋል። ህዳሴ የፓን አፍሪካን ችቦ ነው። አፍሪካውያን በወንዞቻቸውና በሐይቆቻቸው የተሳሰሩ ናቸው። እነዚህን የፈጣሪ ስጦታዎች በጋራ በማልማት የአፍሪካን ችግር በአፍሪካውያን መፍታት ይችላሉ። ለአፍሪካ ከጋራ ትብብር የተሻለ የብልጽግና መንገድ የላትም። አፍሪካ ወደ ውጪ ትታ ወደ ውስጥ ከተመለከተች ሺህ ህዳሴዎችን ለቢሊዮን ልጆቿ ማበርከት ትችላለች። ህዳሴ የኢትዮጵያ ታሪክ እጥፋት ነው። የዘመናት የትውልድ ጥያቄ መልስ ነው። የኢትዮጵያ ማንሰራራት ህያው ምስክር ነው። በራስ የመቻል ማረጋገጫ፣ የኢትዮጵያ አቅም ማሳያ፣ የአቅምና አቋም ድማሬ ምልክት ነው። የኢትዮጵያ ለውጥ ምንድን ነው ከተባለ መልሱ ህዳሴ ነው። እነሆ ከዛሬ በኋላ ፀሐይ በምዕራብ አትጠልቅም።
Thank you very much. All sectors participated in the construction of the Grand Renaissance Dam. The art sector has also been actively participating in its role. We'll now see a circus performance showing the construction of the Grand Renaissance Dam.
ስርዓት አባይን ያተባው ሀብቱን ያፈሰዋል ጭሳልባው ነዳጅ ብለው ምን ያንሰዋል ዘመን ቢያስታርቀን ከአባይ ብንስማማ ይዘን ተተጋነው አካፋና ደማ አባይ ወርዶ ወርዶ ያገሬ ልጅ ወርዶ ሲሰለቸው ያገሬ ልጅ ዛሬ ስለወገኑ ያገሬ ልጅ ስላገው ጎጆው ያገሬ ልጅ ዘመን ቢያስታርቀን ያገሬ ልጅ ከአባይ ብንስማማ ያገሬ ልጅ ይዘን ተተጋነው ያገሬ ልጅ ያካፋና ደማ አባይኔና አንተ ያለነው ክርብር ነው ከተስማማኑ ማሙያ በልብ ነው ስንት ዘመን አሳብ ስንት ዘመን ቁጭት ስንት ዓመት በጣሳ ስንት ዓመት በወጭ አባይ ወርዶ ወርዶ ያገሬ ልጅ ወርዶ ሲሰለቸው ያገሬ ልጅ ዛሬ ስለወገኑ ያገሬ ልጅ ስላገው ጎጆው ያገሬ ልጅ ዘመን ቢያስታርቀን ያገሬ ልጅ ከአባይ ብንስማማ ያገሬ ልጅ ይዘን ተተጋነው ያገሬ ልጅ ያካፋና ደማ ማደሪያ ሳይኖረው ግንድ ይዞ ይዞራል የሚባለው ተረት ከእንግዲህ ይቀራል እንደ ዛሬው መልካም ቀን ሲመጣ ግንድም ይዘህ አትዞር ማደሪያ ማታጣ በፍቅር ብንይዘው አባይ አገር ዋርካ ለዓለም ይበ
የክብር ኒሻን የሚሰጣቸው በቅድሚያ ኢንጂነር ኤፍሬም ወልደ ኪዳን አማከለኝ ከህዳር 24 ቀን 2004 ዓ.ም ጀምሮ እስከ ጥር 14 ቀን 2017 ዓ.ም ድረስ የታላቁ የኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴ ግድብ ኃይል ማመንጫ ግድብ ግንባታ ፕሮጀክት ምክትል ስራ አስኪያጅ ሆነው አገልግለዋል። በማስከተል የምጠራው ኢንጂነር ከማል አህመድ ሱለይማን ከሚያዚያ 2013 ዓ.ም ጀምሮ እስከ ዛሬ ድረስ የታላቁ ኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴ ግድብ ጣቢያ ኦፕሬሽን ስራ አስኪያጅ ኃላፊ ሆነው እያገለገሉ ይገኛሉ። አቶ በላቸው ካሳ ወልዴ የታላቁ የኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴ ግድብ ግንባታ ፕሮጀክት በምክትል ስራ አስኪያጅ ማዕረግ የፕሮጀክቱ ሳይት አስተባባሪ ሆነው እያገለገሉ ይገኛሉ። በመጨረሻ ኢንጂነር ክፍሌ ሆሮ የታላቁ የኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴ ግድብ ግንባታ ፕሮጀክት ዋና ስራ አስኪያጅ ኢትዮጵያ ታመሰግናችኋለች። እናመሰግናለን።
እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት እስማኤል ኦመር ጌሌ፣ እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ሳልቫኪር፣ እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ዊሊያም ሩቶ፣ እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ሐሰን ሼክ መሐመድ፣ እጅግ ተወዳጅ የተከበረች ከሩቅ አገር እኛም ብላ የመጣች ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ሚያ ሞትሌ፣ የኤስዋቲኒ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ሩስል ሚስ፣ የአፍሪካ ዩኒየን ሊቀመንበር ማህሙድ አሊ ዩሱፍ፣ የዩኤን ኢሲኤ ኃላፊ ክሌቨር ጋቴት፣ የኢጋድ ዋና ጸሐፊ ወርቅነህ ገበየው፣ የቀድሞ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ኃይለማርያም ደሳለኝ፣ ምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ደመቀ መኮንን፣ የተከበራችሁ አፈጉባኤዎች፣ የተከበራችሁ ምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትሮች፣ የተከበራችሁ የክልል ርዕሳነ መስተዳድሮች እና የከተማ ከንቲቦች፣ የተከበራችሁ ሚኒስትሮች፣ የተከበራችሁ የጦር ጀነራል መኮንኖች፣ ይህንን ፕሮጀክት በቦርድ በፕሮጀክት ኃላፊነት ያስተባበራችሁ የሥራ ኃላፊዎች፣ እጅግ የተወደደው የሳሊኒ የመጀመሪያ ልጅና የኢትዮጵያ የቁርጥ ቀን ወዳጅ የሳሊኒ ኮንትራክተር ባለቤትና ከሱ ጋር ያሉ የቲም አባላት በሙሉ፣ በሰሜን፣ በደቡብ፣ በምስራቅ፣ በምዕራብ ጫፍ ያላችሁ መላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በሙሉ እንዲሁም ከኢትዮጵያ ውጭ ያላችሁ የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች በሙሉ ፈጣሪያችን እንኳን ለዚህ ታላቅ ቀን አበቃን አበቃችሁ ለማለት እወዳለሁ። የተከበራችሁ ኢትዮጵያውያን፣ ታሪክ ሰምተናል፣ ታሪክ አይተናል፣ ታሪክ ተምረናል። ዛሬ ፈጣሪ የመረጠው ትውልድ መሆን ስለቻል ታሪክ ሰርተን ታሪክ ላይ ቆመን ለማውራት በቅተናል። ህዳሴ ለኢትዮጵያ ብቻ ሳይሆን ለጥቁር ህዝቦች በሙሉ ምድር እስክትሰበሰብ ታሪክ ሆኖ የሚኖር ታላቅ ገድል ነው። ነገር ግን ያለፉት በርካታ እግር እንጂ አፍ ስላልነበረው ኢትዮጵያውያን በልዩ ልዩ መንገድ ለአባይ አፍ ሆነው ሲናገሩለት ኖረዋል። ዛሬ አባይ በጉብኝት ጊዜ እንዳያችሁት አፍ አውጥቶ አማርኛ ለሚችሉ ደግሞም ለማይችሉ በየቋንቋቸው ራሱ ማውራት ስለሚችል ስለ አባይ ነገር ግን መላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በየትኛውም አመለካከት ውስጥ ብንኖር የኔ ምኞትና ጸሎት ኢትዮጵያዊ ይህንን ገድል ይህንን ታሪክ ይህንን ስራ ሳያይ እንዳያልፍ ብቻ ነው ምኞቴ። ምክንያቱም ህዳሴን በፍጹም በፎቶ በቪዲዮ በንግግር መግለጥ አይቻልም። መጥቶ ያየ ሰው ብቻ ነው ልኩን መገንዘብ የሚችለውና ኢትዮጵያውያን ይህ ትውልድ የሰራውን ገድል እየመጣ እንዲመለከት ምኞቴ ጸሎቴ ሲሆን ለተቆረው የጥቁር ህዝብ በሙሉ ደግሞ ግብዣዬ ነው። ጥቁሮች እንደምንችል፣ ጥቁሮች እንደምናሳካ በጥቁር ዘር ታሪክ የመጀመሪያው ታላቅ ስራ ህዳሴ ነው። እንችላለን፣ እንቀጥላለን ማለት ትችሉ ዘንድ መታችሁ ይህንን ገድል እንድትጎበኙ ግብዣዬ ይድረሳችሁ። ህዳሴ የትላንት ቁጭት ማሰሪያ፣ የመጪው ንጋት ማብሰሪያ ነው። ይህንን ሐይቅ ንጋት ያልንበት ዋናው ምክንያት ከዛሬ 5 ዓመት በፊት ዛሬ ያየነው ሐይቅ አልነበረም። ባለፉት 5 ዓመታት 74 ትሪሊየን ሊትር ውሃ መያዝ ችለናል። 74 ትሪሊየን ሜትር ውሃ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው ያላችሁ እንደሆነ በአንዳንድ ብር ካሰብነው 74 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። የለም በዛ አስወደድከው ካላችሁኝ በ50 ሳንቲም ብናስበው 37 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። አሁንም ተጋኗል ይቀነስልን እንደ መርካቶ ንግድ ካላችሁ በ25 ሳንቲም 17 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። ዛሬ የኢትዮጵያ ጂዲፒ 15 ቢሊዮን ብር ስለሆነ ንጋት ከኢትዮጵያ ጂዲፒ የላቀ ሀብት ይዞ የመጣ በመሆኑ የኢትዮጵያን ጥልቅ ጨለማ ጥልቅ እንቅልፍ ያነቃ በመሆኑ ንጋት ተብሏል። ከዛሬ በኋላ ከዚች ዕለት ጀምሮ ዳግም አድዋ በጉባ ላይ በዚህ ትውልድ በመሰራቱ የኢትዮጵያ የልመና፣ የኢትዮጵያ የስንፍና፣ የኢትዮጵያ የእንጉርጉሮ ዘመን አብቅቶ እንደ ልኳ በሳይዟ የምትለካበት ዘመን ከፊታችን ተዘርግቶ ልክ ትናንትና እሁድ እንደነበረው ዛሬ ሰኞ እንደሆነው ቅድም ጠዋት እንደሆነው አሁን ረፋድ እንደሆነው እንደዚሁ በግልጥ የሚታየው ነገር የኢትዮጵያ ብልጽግናና የኢትዮጵያ ልክ አይቀሬ መሆኑ ነው።
Im Ingenieur- und Bauwesen kommt es nicht nur auf jedes Detail an, sondern auch auf jeden Cent. Doch während die
የኢትዮጵያ ማንሳራት የመጀመሪያው ቀን ከኛ ጋር የተገኙ ወዳጆቻችን በእናንተ ዘመን ብቻ ሳይሆን በልጆቻችን ዘመን ሁሉ የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጅነት ብቻ ሳይሆን ኢትዮጵያ ከሀብቷ፣ ከብልጽግናዋ፣ ከተስፋዋ፣ ከእውቀቷ፣ ከልምዷ የምታቋድሳችሁ እንደምትሆን ካለምንም ጥርጥር ላረጋግጥላችሁ እወዳለሁ። ለታችኛው ተፋሰስ ሀገራት ወንድሞቻችን፣ ለኑቢያ ወንድሞቻችን፣ ለምስር ሀገር ወንድሞቻችን ኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴን የሰራችው ለመበልጸግ፣ አካባቢውን በብርሃን ለመምራት፣ የጥቁር ህዝብ ታሪክ ለመቀየር እንጂ በፍጹም ወንድሞቿን ለመጉዳት ስላልሆነ በቅን ልቦና ስጋት የሚያድርባችሁ ወንድሞቻችን የጎረቤት ሀቅ የእናንተን ሀቅ መቼም ቢሆን ኢትዮጵያ የማታስቀር መሆኑን ዛሬ በኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ፊት በድጋሚ ላረጋግጥላችሁ እወዳለሁ። የግብፅ ረሃብ፣ የሱዳን ረሃብ፣ የሌሎች ወንድሞቻችን ረሃብና ችግር የኛም ረሃብ ስለሆነ አብረን ከመብላት ከመካፈል ውጪ እኛ ተጠቅመን ማንንም የመጉዳት መሻት ፍላጎት ስለሌለን ያለፈው አልፏል። ለወደፊት በምንሰራቸው ታላቅ ስራዎች በትብብር በጋራ እንድንቆም ከወዲሁ ከአደራ ጭምር ላሳስባችሁ እወዳለሁ። መላው የኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ገደሉን ተሻግረናል። ገድል በህዳሴ አትመናል። እኛ የትናንትናውን ታሪክ በመናገር ስለ አባይ በመናገር ስለ ህዳሴ በመናገር ስለ ንጋት በመናገር ጊዜ አናባክንም። ይሄኛው ፋይል ተዘግቷል። አሁን በሚቀጥሉት ጥቂት ዓመታት የሚሰሩ ዋና ዋና ስራዎች ከብዙዎቹ ጥቂቶቹን ለመላው ኢትዮጵያውያንና ለኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች ለማብሰር እፈልጋለሁ። ኢትዮጵያ የህዳሴን ግድብ የሚተካከል ለሰላማዊ ዓላማ ብቻ የሚውል የኒውክሌር ፕላንት በቅርቡ ስራ ትጀምራለች። ኢትዮጵያ በአፍሪካ ግዙፍ የሆነውን የኢትዮጵያ አየር መንገድ ስራ በቅርቡ ትጀምራለች። በጥቂት ሳምንታት የመጀመሪያው የጋዝ ፋብሪካ ይመረቃል። በዚያው ቀን ከመጀመሪያው የጋዝ ፋብሪካ በሳይዙ በልኩ ከ10 ጊዜ በላይ ከፍ ያለው ሁለተኛው ጋዝ ይጀመራል። በዛው ዕለት ለዘመናት ስንመኝ የነበረው ነዳጅ የማውጣት ፍላጎታችንን ህልማችንን እውን የሚያደርገው ሪፋይነሪ በአንድ ወር ባነሰ ጊዜ ውስጥ ስራ ይጀምራል። በዚያው ሰሞን በቅርቡ የተፈራረምነው የማዳበሪያ ፋብሪካ ስራ ይጀምራል። በሚቀጥሉት 5-6 ዓመታት በትንሹ 1.5 ሚሊዮን ቤቶች ለኢትዮጵያውያን ይገነባሉ። በድምሩ ከ30 ቢሊዮን ዶላር በላይ ሀብት የሚፈስባቸው የአፍሪካን ልጆች ቀና የሚያደርጉ የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና የሚያሰምሩ ሜጋ ፕሮጀክት ያልገለጽኳቸውም ጭምር ከፊታችን ስላሉ ከዚህ ሰዓት በኋላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በሰራነው ገድል ሳይሆን ከፊታችን በሚጠብቀን ከባድ ስራ ታጥቀን እንድንነሳ የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና እንድናፋጥን የኢትዮጵያን ብሩህ ተስፋ እንድናፋጥን ነቅቷል ሳይመሽ ስራችንን እንድንጨርስ በጋራ አብረን እንድንቆም በታላቅ ትህትና ልጠይቃችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። የኢትዮጵያ የታሪክ እጥፋት፣ የኢትዮጵያ የብልጽግና መሰረት፣ የኢትዮጵያ የማንሰራራት ዘመን ዛሬ በሁሉም የኢትዮጵያ አቅጣጫ የታወጀ ስለሆነ ኢትዮጵያውያን ወንድሞቻችን እንዳይረፍድባችሁ ተባብረን ተደምረን ኢትዮጵያን እናቅና። ኢትዮጵያን ከማቅናት ውጭ ያለው ሁሉም ሐሳብ የኖርንበት የከሰርንበት የሞትንበት ስለሆነ በአንድ ልብ በአንድ መንፈስ በጋራ ቆመን የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና እውን እንድናደርግ ላሳስባችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። ይህ የማይሳካ ለይመስላቸው ለቅርብ ለሩቅ ጠላቶቻችን ደግሞ እኛ ኢትዮጵያውያን የማይሞት ስም እንጂ የማይሞት አካል የለንም። አካላችን ሞቶ የማይሞት ስም ለማስቀረት የማይሞት አሻራ ለማኖር የምንተጋ ህዝቦች ስለሆን ከኛ ጋር መጋጨት ሳይሆን መስማማት ብቻ ነው የሚያዋጣው። ምክንያቱም በሺህ ዘመናት የሞከሩን አንዴም አልተሳካላቸውም። በሺህ ዘመን ያላሳካነውን ደግሞ እንደምታዩት አቁመነዋል። ከእንግዲህ በኋላ የኢትዮጵያ ብልጽግና እውን መሆኑን ኢትዮጵያ ዳግም አድዋን ደጋግማ ለጥቁር ህዝቦች ማሳየቷ አይቀሬ ስለሆነ መላው የጥቁር ህዝብ በትብብር በጋራ ከልመና ወጥቶ ለመበልጸግ በአንድ ላይ እንድንቆም በወንድማዊ ፍቅር ጥሪዬን እያቀረብኩ አክብራችሁን እዚህ ድረስ ለመጣችሁ ወንድሞቻችን ኢትዮጵያ ላቅ ያለ ክብርና ምስጋና እንዳላት በድጋሚ ልገልጽላችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። መጪው ዘመን ብሩህ ነው። መጪ ዘመን ብዙ ስራ አለን። በጋራ በትብብር አብረን ወደፊት እንድንቀጥል ጥሪዬን አቀርባለሁ። እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ።
እናመሰግናለን ክቡር ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ለመልእክቶና ይህንን ቀን እውን ለማድረግ ለሰጡት ቆራጥ አመራር እናመሰግናለን።
አባይ ከቤት ቤቱን ሲሰራ መስከረም ደምቆ ደጅሽ ሲያበራ የዘመን ቁጭ ያብብ ያፈራ መጣ ዘመንሽ ዘመን ሲጠራ ሸማ ልበሽ አምሮብሽ ታይ መድመቅሽ ነው ፈተሽ
በመቀጠል የወዳጅ ሀገራት መሪዎች ባሉበት ሆነው ሀሳባቸውን የሚያጋሩን ይሆናል። Excellencies, invited heads of state and government, we now invite you to share your reflections. A microphone will come to you. Your Excellency, Salvakir Mayardet, the floor is yours.
I will hold it alone. Speak from down here. Your Excellency, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, Your Excellencies, present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me and my delegation to be here today as your guest of honor at the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. On behalf of the government and the people of South Sudan, I congratulate the government and the people of Ethiopia on this historic achievement. This dam is not a project. It is a symbol of unity, sacrifice, determination. It shows what a nation can do, what a nation can achieve when its people stand together with one vision. This is a proud day for Ethiopia and a proud day for our region. The dam is not only about energy. It is about progress. It is about hope. It is about the future we want for our children. For South Sudan, Ethiopia is not just a neighbor. And I want to tell them that you are our brothers and sisters. We share history, friendship, and a common future. That is why we celebrate with you today. We believe that the progress of one nation is the progress of all. Together, we can turn our challenges into opportunities for peace, stability, and growth. I am also pleased to announce that South Sudan is looking forward to signing an agreement to receive power from the dam. This will bring power to our towns, villages, schools, and hospitals, and open new opportunities for our people. Once again, I congratulate the people and the government of Ethiopia on this great day. May the dam bring water, bring power, strength, and prosperity to your people and to our region. And I thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, Your Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mahmud, the floor is yours.
Your Excellency Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Excellencies, Heads of States and Government, today is a great historic day for all our people in this region. Excellencies, distinguished guests, it's a privilege to be among you today at the moment that brings together the people of this region around an issue of common importance, how we manage, share, and benefit the resources that sustain our nation's prosperity. For us, this gathering is not about success of a single project, but about a shared responsibility we all carry. Water and natural resources are not confined by borders. They follow across them, binding our destinies and future together. When we speak of development in this region, we must speak not in terms of competition, but in terms of cooperation. As Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has indicated and promised in his inaugural speech today, We all have a destiny to seek prosperity and peaceful coexistence among all of us. Somalia's vision is clear. Our collective stability and prosperity depend on ensuring that every nation feels its concerns are heard, its interests is safeguarded. Only through that assurance can we build the trust necessary for deeper regional partnership. And I hope that this dam and the electricity and the power generated will be the beginning that shows this brotherly and neighborly and continentally partnership. We understand that water resources touches life differently in each country. For some, it's about survival and water security. For others, it's about energy and growth. All these perspectives are valid. Our challenge is not to deny the needs of any one of us, but to find ways to balance in the spirit of fairness and mutual respect. And Ethiopia has the right to pursue that happiness and prosperity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as a country committed to regional peace and integration, Somalia stands ready to work with all its neighbors and partners to promote dialogue and to bridge differences. If there is a role for us to play in creating understanding and building consensus, Somalia is prepared to do so in good faith. As we have experienced today, when our people are united, not within the borders of our nations, but our region and our continent, we can achieve what no one was expecting in the past to achieve. Our future depends on our ability to move beyond zero-sum thinking of the past. Upstreams and downstreams countries alike can only prosper when we act as community. Those who does not have the challenge, those who do not have the opportunity to benefit from the water of this great dam, luckily we have the opportunity to share the power that lights the future generations of our nations. Once no nation feels excluded and no nation bears the burden alone, it is in that spirit that we commemorate today's inauguration of this great dam. May today remind us all that our real achievement will be in partnership we sustain, the trust we nurture, and the unity we build for generations to come. This is a reliable ambition and vision, because the proof is we've shared our own blood. There's no reason we cannot share a physical and worldly resources. I thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency William Samoei Rutto.
Your Excellency, my brother, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, Excellencies, heads of state and government, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and deep privilege to address you on this important occasion, the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, a moment of monumental significance. I congratulate the government and the people of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia on this historic achievement. The Grand Ethiopia Renaissance Dam is not only a feat of engineering ambition, it is also a bold affirmation of Africa's capacity to shape its own destiny, marshal its resources, and deliver transformative infrastructure in pursuit of prosperity. Today, as we celebrate this milestone, we also reaffirm the enduring bonds of brotherhood, cooperation, and shared vision that unite our nations across the Horn of Africa and the wider Nile Basin. Kenya remains committed to working with Ethiopia, a key regional partner, as it takes this leap towards energy sufficiency and economic transformation. Your Excellencies, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not merely a national project. It is a Pan-African statement. It exemplifies the scale and ambition of African-led infrastructure and aligns with Africa Union's vision of continental energy connectivity. Despite Africa's vast renewable resources, the continent accounts for only 6% of global energy use, while nearly half of Africans, over 600 million people, still lack access to electricity, and close to 1 billion people also lack clean cooking solutions, with dire consequences for public health, education, and productivity. These deficits disproportionately affects women and children and hinder inclusive development. They drive up business costs, compromise hospitals and schools' operations, and constrain the life prospects of millions, particularly in rural and remote areas. Africa's energy demand exponentially driven by population growth and rapid. 1 in every 5 people globally will live in our continent. Meeting that demand sustainably will require doubling current energy investments with at least 2/3 directed towards clean energy, like the feat of engineering just behind us. Supported by multilateral cooperation and regional solidarity, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam provides a blueprint for scaling similar projects across Africa and bridging the continent's energy divide. Distinguished guests, Kenya's partnership with Ethiopia on clean energy is a living example of regional integration. In 2022, Kenya began importing 200 megawatts of hydroelectric power from Ethiopia under a 25-year hydro power purchase agreement. This power is transmitted through a 1,045-kilometer Ethiopia-Kenya interconnector, a vital component of East Africa's power pool. Beyond affordability, this energy unstable supply enhances grid reliability, particularly during droughts when hydropower output is volatile. With Kenya's peak demand exceeding 2,300 megawatts and rising, this additional capacity strengthens our reserve margins and reduces supply deficits. I have already had a conversation with Prime Minister that we will be having an extended conversation on whatever reserve power that is available from this dam. We are ready to sign a power purchase agreement so that we can offtake some of the power from this important dam. Reliability is especially critical for special economic zones, industrial parks, ICT hubs, and agro-processing facilities, all of which require consistent and affordable power to drive Kenya's development agenda. Additionally, this cooperation advances Kenya's climate and development goals, with more than 90% of our electricity already sourced from renewable sources. We remain committed to achieving 100% clean energy mix by 2030. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam strengthens this transition by integrating zero-emission power into our grid and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Importantly, it also supports Kenya's national development priorities under Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda by expanding access in undeserved regions, empowering young people and women entrepreneurs, and promoting green industrialization. Excellencies, allow me to restate Kenya's commitment to constructive engagement in the wider Nile Basin discourse. We recognize the Nile's centrality to the lives and livelihoods of millions. Its shared use must be governed by principles of equity, sustainability, cooperation, and mutual respect. Kenya is firmly committed to safeguarding collective interests while working with brothers and sisters in our region. We believe that no country should be denied the opportunity to unlock a huge resource like the one that we are launching today, because indeed it becomes a shared resource. Ladies and gentlemen, we commend the progress that has been achieved and urge continued cooperation between all our countries. And I want to commend the people, government, and more particularly my brother, Prime Minister Abiy, for this monumental achievement. Listening to you, Prime Minister Abiy, you not only inspire your own people in Ethiopia, you inspire our people in the region. Knowing very well that the sweat and blood and energy and effort and resources that have been put in the development of this dam was as a result of locally mobilized resources, money raised by Ethiopians to build this monumental project, gives us confidence of the ability of us as a people to take charge and command our own development into the future. The fact that you have raised $5 billion without debt, without borrowing, without support from others, makes us believe that indeed Africa can take charge of its own destiny. I want to encourage you, Prime Minister Abiy, as my brother, continue to do what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. And if you are in doubt at any one moment, let me confirm to you, you are doing the right thing. Continue doing this, because our future is going to be dictated by what we do, the vision we carry, the hopes of our people that we turn into reality, as you are doing in this dam. Your brothers and sisters in Kenya, I will give you an example. 2 years ago, we decided that we are going to get millions of our people. In fact, 7 million of Kenyans live in slums. And we decided that we are going to give dignity to our people, and we are going to build houses for them. I am happy that Ethiopia, in your vision, is going to build 1.5 million houses. We are also on that journey. Already, we have 700,000 housing units on the pipeline. We are already constructing 170,000 houses as I talk to you. And Kenyans, from their own resources, without debt, without support from others, have raised $4 billion worth of projects under the housing program. It confirms to you that what you are doing in Ethiopia is what we are doing in Kenya. And that is what we should be doing in our region. That way, we can emancipate our people from debt, from begging across borders, and take charge of our own development. This moment must remind us that the path to peace and prosperity lies in working together, not division, in partnership, not rivalry, and in unity, not isolation. Together, we can transform our region, harness our shared resources, and shape a future of dignity and opportunity for all our people. I thank you. God bless Ethiopia, and God bless our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For the next speaker, the microphone will come to you. Your Excellency, Mahmud Mottley.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, my dear brother, and Mrs. Ahmed, distinguished heads of state and heads of government of Africa, distinguished guests of the people of Ethiopia. If this was to achieve simply the provision of water and energy to the people of Ethiopia and surrounding countries, it would be a marvel of history, a marvel of engineering, and a boon for the prosperity of the people of this region. But if we are to be honest, it is not simply the achievement of what has been done here for the provision of water and energy and the catalytic effect that it will have on economic and social development and security, but it is the journey. Above all else, the journey. The journey of a people who have remained proud throughout history, who have attested that the origins are here, and who have defied all attempts to keep them down. When we toured the facility in the last few hours, I turned to my brother and I said, this is the ADWA engineering feat. And I say so for those who do not know, including many from my own Caribbean community, that when the international world determined that this project was not to see the light of day, that it was not to receive the financing of companies that like to make money and therefore were usually only interested in repayments, that when that befell the people of Ethiopia, the people stood tall, and the people determined that this project was not beyond them, and that it was going to see the light of day, even if it meant that every person who could give, however small, however large, could do so. And even if it meant that it would take much longer than it would otherwise have taken to build, the people of Ethiopia stood tall and put their money where their mouth is. And $5 billion later, we have the prospect of a project that will speak not just to the prosperity and stability of the people of this country and surrounding countries, but it also speaks to what can always remain within our grips and remain possible as people of Africa and African origin. On behalf of my own country, Barbados, on behalf of the Caribbean community, on behalf of the 6th region of the Africa Union, the diaspora, I stand here today to say that you have opened our eyes and you have excited the sensibilities that we have. And we know that if ever there was a time for those sensibilities to be awoken, and if ever there was a time for us to understand our possibilities, it is now, when the world seems not to be able to find itself and to create the opportunities for ordinary people, because a few are dominating and others are determined to ensure that while some dominate, we are not going to be victims of our time, but we can be shapers of our destiny, or as I say, as we say in Barbados in our anthem, firm craftsmen of our fate. Adwa told us in the Caribbean what was possible if we bound together and created that great Pan-African movement that led to our independence as nations, that led to our understanding that the language of Marcus Messiah Garvey, delivered on the 1st of October 1937, that we must emancipate ourselves mentally. Adwa taught us that these things were possible, and we have seen what we have achieved over the course of the last century. I pray today that as we leave here, that we will see the awakening of Africa, not just in this part of Africa, but the entire continent and its diaspora, because this is evidence that when we work together, anything is possible. In my own country, and in my own country, we have a simple saying that inspires the efforts of ordinary people every day. And in our dialect, it goes like this: one blow is kill old cow. It is a determination that one blow at a time, one step at a time, one person at a time, we can achieve so much. I leave you, the people of Ethiopia, today, confident that if we, as I said in Algeria last week, can rise to the occasion of working together, then this continent and its people and its diaspora that will be responsible for 1/4 of the world's population, that has given us a demographic dividend that no other continent is now giving us, that we know that you can rise
we can rise, and that we shall be the humanizing element that the world needs now more than ever. Let us go forward in love, in unity, one aim, one purpose, one destiny. Congratulations to the people of Ethiopia. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellencies, we might have an Air Force flyover during the course of the program. Your Excellency, Russell Memiso Dlamini.
All right, I'll go there. Thank you. Your Excellency, of Ethiopia, Excellencies, head of state and head of government, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a profound honor for me to say a few words of congratulations to the Prime Minister and the people of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia. Well, first of all, I don't know why we have to speak after three great speakers who have spoken before us, but it takes no honor to congratulate the leadership that went before the Prime Minister and also the current Prime Minister and the future Prime Ministers that will come for this great work of engineering, but also a testament of the leadership that we have in Ethiopia and in Africa. As I was part of the brief visit today, I couldn't help but think of the prophet Nehemiah in the Bible, who was a visionary to rebuild the walls of his country. And when he did so, he faced a lot of opposition, but he chose to focus. We are told that during the course of the construction of the walls, he held on one hand, together with his people, a tool to construct, and on the other, a sword to protect the people who were constructing the walls. I do want to say that as I go back to my country in Southern Africa, I'll take with me lessons of leadership from you, Mr. Prime Minister, and from the people of Ethiopia, that when you have a vision and believe that it is right, you focus and you ignore the naysayer. On behalf of His Majesty, the King, and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini, indeed, the people of Southern Africa, congratulate you once again. You have made Africa.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Mahmud Ali Yusuf.
الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, Prime Minister of the Federal and Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Excellencies, Heads of States and Government, Your Excellencies, Ministers, Ambassadors, high dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a historic day for Ethiopia. The inauguration of the Renaissance Dam will be remembered for generations to come. The inception of this project, its construction, and today its inauguration took decades of hard work, dedication, and a visionary leadership. It is well known that its primary purpose is to produce green energy, up to 5,000 megawatts. The Ethiopian people and the neighboring countries will certainly benefit from abundant source of electricity. I would like to seize this momentous opportunity to congratulate His Excellency Prime Minister Abiy for his incredible achievement, and the Ethiopian people as such who believed in this project and financed it on their own savings, blood, and sweat. Your Excellencies, the Program for Infrastructure Development in Africa is one of the most strategic framework and flagship program of Agenda 2063. It was launched in 2012, and it covers 4 major areas: transport, energy, transboundary water resources, information and communication technology. PIDA provides a vision, policies, strategies for large-scale cross-border infrastructure projects. Your Excellencies, after a successful second African Climate Summit organized in Addis Ababa yesterday, this dam comes as a testimony of words translated into action. Yes, indeed, energy transition based on renewables remains at the heart of our collective ambition on the continent. Now, as the chairperson of the African Union Commission, it's also my duty to echo Egypt and Sudan's concerns with regards to the unimpeded flow of the Nile water and their expectations of a trilateral agreement. His Excellency Prime Minister Abiy reassured everybody in his statement, and he said, this dam is not meant to harm anyone. The best way the 3 countries could resolve this issue is through diplomatic means, around the table of negotiations. I urge the 3 countries to resume dialogue and talks on the basis of the 2015 agreement on principles signed in Khartoum. The African Union Commission is ready to assist the 3 countries to find an amicable solution. Nobody is going to invent or reinvent the wheel. There are successful experiences even on our continent that can be a good reference to that trilateral cooperation. I am referring to the very wise cooperation between Senegal, Mali, and Mauritania through the Organization for the Promotion of Senegal River. Yes, it is possible to find common ground for collaboration. It takes political will and wisdom. My brother from Eswatini quoted the Bible, so maybe it's my turn to quote the Holy Quran. Allah said in the Quran, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. We made alive everything from water. I thank you.
Thank you. Salini Pedro.
President of the country is attending the ceremony. President of the Commission of the African Union. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed Ali. Former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Haile Mariam Desalegn. Honorable member of the government of the countries attending the ceremony. Speakers of the houses. Honorable ministers, members of the parliament, regional presidents, Beni Shangul regional president and authorities, army general and representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start saying that my Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, sends her greetings to the PM Abiy Ahmed Ali and his government in this happy occasion, and her congratulations for the achievement celebrated today. I want to say and start with an obvious thing that we all here give for granted now, but it wasn't so obvious before. The great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, it is finally a fact after 15 years. The reservoir is fully filled and the power station are already generating energy that will be dispatched through the grid throughout all the country. And everything works. This is a miracle. This is fantastic. A dream came true for me and for the nation. How proud can I be today? My heart is singing, and I'm sure together with the heart of all Ethiopians in this circumstance. Around 35 million people will be finally branched to the lines, and the total energy available in the country will be 3 times what was before. The equivalent power of 3 nuclear plants together is generated here. Ethiopia can sell energy to neighboring countries, reinforcing relationship and fostering development of the entire region in peace. I want to thank all the workers, the technicians, the engineers that with their endeavor and continuous commitment have made this accomplishment possible. I want also to thank our client EEC, with whom we share all goals and worked shoulder to shoulder all those years. In particular, I want to thank Eshabir and Abraham, with whom we worked and brought this project to completion during the last years. I want also to thank Ambassador Girma Biru, which gave most of his years to this project. Safety first. This one was one of the safest projects in the world. Nonetheless, all great achievement comes with a cost, and notwithstanding all effort deployed, there is a cost which we regret the most, and the most unfortunately couldn't avoid. This job was an enormous effort of workmanship and labor, more than 260 million worked hours in this job, and more than 10,000 people were employed at peak times to build this dam and the related project. And 250,000 hours were spent on training or on safety. But all the same, we still had victims. In these 15 years, 33 workers lost their life in road accident and other issues. I bend my head with respect and say a prayer for the people that gave their life for this achievement and for their families. Their memories will not be lost. Capacity building was achieved in this project. 25,000 young technicians, skilled workers, and engineers have been training on the job. This is a very important result. A very scarce resource was obtained as a side result. They can give an essential contribution for the future of this country. I started with an obvious consideration, but it was not obvious at all when we started this journey. I was working with, at the time, PM Meles Zenawi, visiting the Beles project, which was under construction. We were near the Little Bay, and he told me, I have a dream for this country. Energy independence and abundance. Can you design a project on the bay? I want a mega project, at least 6,000 megawatts, he stated. Do it quickly. A year after, he passed away. Then another prime minister came, was the Honorable Haile Mariam Desalegn. He had to make difficult and tough choices, successful choice as we see today. Then another PM, Abiy Ahmed Ali, took the situation in his hands, facing all the difficulties on earth, and here we are. Character of Ethiopians is tempered by difficulties and challenges. Think at the Ethiopian runners who trained themselves at 2,000 meters over the sea level to win. No one wanted this country to build this project. No one wanted to finance it. Many political issues, too many problems, and no easy solutions. But the Ethiopians are not afraid of difficulties. They are resilient, and when they face resistance or enemies, they double their effort and they take the best out of them. They do not bend or step back and renounce to what they believe and want. Ethiopia did this project against all the difficulties, against all the opponents, against all the challenges with its own resources. The Commercial Bank of Ethiopia financed it, and citizens did their part, purchasing a bond issued expressly. It was my dam, was the mantra they said. And this is it. It is their dam. They were opponents and fears. Now that the dam reservoir is completely filled, we have demonstrated with facts what was before fruit of estimate and calculation, not harm or damage to the water flow in the downstream countries. Aswan Dam Reservoir, it is at its maximum level contemporaneously as the Gerd Reservoir is full. I want to pay a little tribute to my father, which gave all his life and his love to this country, and to Pietrangeli, which is the father of many of the projects that we did in this country. I arrived in Ethiopia in the 60s. Most of the people here were not born at that time, and certainly none of ladies. We were doing the Legadadi Dam, and my father was bringing me with him to visit the job site. A young engineer, which is now 91 years old, is here, was Giorgio Pietrangeli, author of many of the design, including this one. I brought my son Gregorio here. I brought my son Gregorio here to continue the tradition. My father, my grandfather before me, and now my son. We started the Legadadi with Haile Selassie, and now we are here with you, Mr. Prime Minister, and we delivered this project. There was a time in which I came here and Addis Ababa was dark. There was no light, power shed every day, and there was no light for the... Now it was a nation into the darkness. Now there is light everywhere. Now Ethiopia can sell energy. I read about the golden of Ethiopia, but the golden of Ethiopia is not the metal, the precious thing, but it's the water that we have above the sea level on the islands, and is the white oil is clean and sustainable. No one else has this luck. We built and originate and design a large part of the project of the country. More than 10,000 megawatts installed for the future of the country. There is another name for energy, power. Power, and there is a meaning behind this. Power to grow, power to connect, to develop, to industrialize, to teach, to heal, to build peaceful and fruitful relationships. Power for the future of the people. Michelangelo, which was a Renaissance Italian sculptor, said once that the sculpture is already inside the marble block. The role of the sculpture is only to take off the things which are useless, and you see the sculpture inside it. We have the same for the hydroelectric plant for the future. Water is where we need. The only things we have to do is to take out the useless things, dig some holes, make some tunnels, build some other dams. There will be other projects to imagine and to build. The future is only started today. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, I now invite His Excellency Ismail Omar Gile, President of the Republic of Djibouti, to give his blessing and closing remarks. Your Excellency, a microphone will come to you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulih al-Amin. The Prime Minister, Ramawi, قلت له انه الدكمني ዛሬ ታሪካዊ የሆነ ቀን ነው። ዓለም በሙሉ ያስደነቀ ፕሮጀክት ነው። የአፍሪካ ፕሮጀክት ነው። የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች በሞላ ዛሬ ድል አገር ሆነች። ሁላችን ደስ ብሎናል። ሁላችን ከልብ የመነጨ አድናቆት አለን። ሁላችን እንዴት አይነት ስራ የተሰራው ከኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮጵያዊ ኢትዮጵያዊያት ኢንጂነሩ ኢትዮጵያዊ ቴክኒሽያኑ ኢትዮጵያዊ ያልታየ ኤክስትራኦርዲነሪ የሆነ ሁሉ እግዚአብሔርን መለመን መጠየቅ ሰላም እና የኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ ይባርክልኝ ፕሮጀክቱን ይባርኩልኝ። ወሰላሙ አለይኩም ወራህመቱላህ።
ክቡር ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር አብይ አህመድ፣ ክቡራን እዚህ የተገኛችሁ የመንግስታት ፕሬዝዳንቶች፣ እንደዚሁም የዓለም አቀፍ ድርጅቶች፣ የኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ ፕሮጀክት የሆነ ነው የህዳሴ ግድብ በዛሬው ዕለት ተመርቆ በማየቴ ከልብ የመነጨ ደስታ ተሰምቶኛል። ስለዚህም እንኳን ደስ ያለን። ወደፊትም መናቆርን ትተን አንድ ላይ ቆመን አገራችንን እንደዚህ አይነት አበይት የሆኑ ክንዋኔዎችን እንድናደርግ አደራ እላለሁ። ሁላችንንም እንኳን ደስ ያለን እላለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ።
እናመሰግናለን። አሁን ወደ ፕሮግራማችን ማጠቃለያ ደርሰናል። የታዳጊዎች መዝሙር የሚያቀርቡልን ይሆናል።
Bandunese, good night,